Oh, good God, no. The weebs. They're advancing. They've made it past katanas and swords. They've developed technology. Guns. The neckbeards have figured out guns. Whatever are we going to do? How will we survive this? This video brought to you by my YouTube members and patrons. Thank you guys. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. And today we are going to be returning to r/justneckbeardthings, a subreddit dedicated to neckbeards and their neckbeard views and their neckbeard mentalities. Very quickly before we begin, I just wanted to mention YouTube members and patrons, you guys get an extra video every single week for as low as £1 a month. That equates to about 25p per video. So if that is something that interests you, please do consider joining, as it really helps support the channel. Also, YouTube hyping, it's now available on this channel. So if that is something that you are able to do and you're on mobile, please do consider hyping my videos, as it really helps support the growth of the channel. So yeah, that's it. Please go down and hype the videos if you know how. Other than that, let's get straight into the subreddit, shall we? A girlfriend is just a bitch to fuck in the ass or mouth on a regular basis. Why is the word friend in it? Because she's nice to me and we do stuff together and she's my friend. That first take is just, maybe consider that your girlfriend is a human being that you are dating because you want to spend time with them and you have things in common, and not just because you could have sex. And also maybe consider that changing your mentality in that regard may mean that you're more likely to actually find someone who wants to date you. How to touch a woman's boobs. So the line I came up with is, I don't mean to be rude, and I certainly don't want to be creepy, but I gesture by bringing my hands up and cupping them around the breast area are amazing. Then, after she blushes and says thanks, follow up with, I don't mean to be out of line, but would it be okay if I could have a feel? So what do you think? What do I need to tweak to make it work? I really hope that this is satire, because if it's not satire, then it's just delusional. I hope this is satire. They've blurred out like the subreddit this was posted to, so there's like a good possibility it is a satire subreddit. If it isn't though, pure delusion. But also, even if this did work on someone, like if there was a woman out there that this would work on, this isn't always going to work. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, there are things that will work on some people and not on others. That's just the way that the human race is. I'm your biggest fan, Kojima, but please stop praising that movie. He is a biological male. Come on, Hideo Kojima. Stay very base and have common sense. Don't fall into woke agenda, twisted gender ideology. I thought you were a man of intelligence and common sense. We lost Kojima. You never had him. Honestly, I don't know how you could come out of like any Kojima game, be that Metal Gear, Death Stranding, or any of the other bizarre and cursed games Kojima has created. This is proving to me that media literacy is completely dead, because I don't know how you could come out of Metal Gear and somehow think that that is a game pushing a conservative message, or that is somehow anti-woke. I just don't know how anyone could come away with thinking it had that kind of view. We need to gatekeep worthless tourists like Ellen Historian. Dumb supports horrible mangas about who always promote being victims and being racist to white people. Same song and dance that people are tired of. A manga about half black, half Japanese kids facing racism in Japan is somehow racist towards white people? Please, let's actually think before we speak. They are so desperate to be the victims, right? They are so desperate for other people to be victimizing them, because they do the victimizing and they think that people get privileges based on being able to claim to be the victim. So they're so desperate to be able to get that privilege, because how could they possibly cope if the people they deem to be less than them have something above them, right? Even though being a victim is not at all a privilege. But I think it's incredibly telling that if you criticize the racism of a culture that they aren't even part of, you release some political commentary about racism in Japan, somewhere that they are not even from, they will somehow try to claim that it's about them and that it's anti-white and that they're being being victimized or that they're being attacked by this, despite the fact that it's not about them. Like, I need to just put out there that maybe, just maybe, if you see any commentary on racism as an attack on you, you might need to take a look at exactly what views you're holding. Just take a look at why exactly you might think that that is, because if you're not racist, you probably wouldn't think that commentary on racism, especially aimed at a completely different culture, is about you. Black voids underneath skirts. Just a heads up for those who get ticked off by this. The game is censored in a way that upskirts present you a black void. It seems like only when you are not attacking or so, but it's there, which is always weird considering you can walk around like Aya in a bikini. But yeah, censored robot girls, because of course. Source, Full Metal Schoolgirl. And before people come with, you want to see the panties of underage girls? Are you a pedo? Do you have a hidden base where underage girls are working for you while constantly presenting their panties? Yes, yes, and freaking yes. Now move on. Silent Hill F already attracted enough of you brainiacs. The thing I don't understand about things like this, obviously I don't understand, wanting to see underage girls naked. That's just, I feel like that's a given. But when I play a game, I'm playing a game because I want something that game provides. Usually the mechanics or story of that game, right? Usually presented in a specific way that game does. So Baldur's Gate presents an amazing story, and Baldur's Gate has some horny in it. Don't get me wrong, maybe a bad example, but like, I don't know, Call of Duty is an FPS, or Super Smash Bros is a fighting game, or whatever. You understand what I'm talking about, right? If I wanted porn, or I wanted anything like that, and I wanted a game that contains that kind of thing, I would play a game where that's the purpose of the game, not a completely unrelated game where gooning isn't the main objective of the game, right? Like, if I'm playing a game that isn't made for that, it doesn't need to be in it. If I wanted that, I'd play a game where that's the objective. I don't understand why people get annoyed when they can't goon at games that are not made to be gooned at, because it's not the objective and it doesn't contribute to the gameplay of the game. So it doesn't need to be in there. Of course, the developers are not going to put it in there because it doesn't actually contribute anything. There are other games for that you can play. I don't understand why people need the crossover in a game where it's not the point. I really don't. Megan Kelly. I know somebody very close to this case. Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. He was into barely legal type. Like, he liked 15-year-old girls. He wasn't into like 8-year-old. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. So it turns out you can have neckbeard views even if you're a woman. Neckbeards, not just men. Being like, the pedophilia wasn't as bad because they were just 15. They weren't 8 years old. They were 15. Like, having sex with an underage girl is a crime. It doesn't matter how old they were. It's still a crime. You can't just justify it because but it would have been worse if it was this crime. But it wasn't. It was just this crime. Like, let me guess. Someone she knows is in the files and she's trying to cover up by going, yeah, but it wasn't that bad. It's not that bad. It's just, it was only some underage girls. At least they weren't like full-on children. Like, it wouldn't have made it any better if they were an 1,000-year dragon in a child's body. Why do some women hate fan service tier anime girls? Hatred for a fictional abomination. Primitive competitive instinct. Yearning for eternal youth and beauty. To inconvenience male coomers. Or maybe it's because they are always shallow, empty characters who contribute nothing to the story. Maybe when people are watching an anime that they enjoy, they want a character to turn up and actually contribute something to the story instead of their entire purpose being men gooning. Maybe it's that. Maybe perhaps it's actually a thing that's not just women that dislike, but people that are interested in a story dislike because it takes you out of the story, because someone who contributes nothing to it and is just there to make you horny adds nothing to the story. Maybe it's that. Let me just say something real quick. If you're fine with things like vampires, dragons, magic, etc., existing in fantasy, sci-fi, etc., but people of color or LGBT plus people existing is unrealistic to you, you are a goddamn idiot. Plain and fucking simple. So I often think about the time someone responded to a post similar to this that was like, yeah, but I play these games as escapism to escape that kind of thing. And I was just like, if that doesn't just say the quiet part out loud, right? Like, to them, escapism is living in a world where they don't have to have black people or gay people, right? That's what they've said with that. It's like, these are human beings. They're talking about human beings that just want to live their lives and have games that they can play and like have representation in those games that they can play. Meanwhile, you have these neckbeards that are like, no, only I get representation. How dare you think that you can play a game and feel seen and engaged with? No, I want escapism where I can pretend you don't exist. It's like, why? But why though? Also, there are absolutely games where that is the case, but they don't play those games because quite often the people that make them are shit at creating things. So it's very rare that those games are popular and the people that want those games don't play them because the good games are the games that are made for people to enjoy regardless of who they are, right? They put love and care into those games. The other ones are always shit. Is there any way to turn female voices off yet? No. Damn. Sucks, eh? I'm tired of the constant screeching. Too many females in the game. Women ruin everything. Without them, we can't be here. Doesn't mean they need to be forced into everything. Not needed in Battlefield 6. Imagine unironically saying shit like this in chat and not thinking that you're not the most annoying person in the chat, right? Like, women just trying to play games or voice acting games or whatever it is they're talking about here. Women just trying to live their lives. Great, that's not annoying. Some guy screeching in the chat about women shouldn't be in my video games. That's annoying. That's the annoying thing. That's the bit that bothers me. I would happily play a game and not care if any of these people were playing it. If a woman's playing a game, good, I will have fun. If this guy is playing a game and doesn't say shit, fine, I wouldn't care. If this guy comes into chat and starts screeching about women playing a game, I'm probably just gonna block him. I don't want to see that shit in my chat, you know? Like, this guy's the most annoying person in chat. These two are the most annoying people in chat, not any women playing the game. I could pick up your girl right in front of you in my Maserati, and you'd swear it was virtual reality. You work for another man, lol. LMFAO, that's the best one yet, but still a massive fail, my guy. Even she knows Maseratis are junk. Show your girlfriend this chat and let's see if she agrees. I don't have a girlfriend. I have a wife for the past 14 years. I'll gladly show her so she can laugh at you too. You are peak neckbeard, which is both hilarious and sad. Show her this conversation. Show her me. Let her pretend you're the better option. I'm richer than you, taller than you, stronger than you, more important than you, and I attract hotter women in higher quantities than you. I'm not sure why you keep replying with the same thing like a broken record player. You like being emasculated by me? Wait, but they're not the person repeating themselves. The guy in blue has repeatedly said in every single message, I could pick up your girl, show her this chat, I will pick up your girl, she will say I'm better than you. The person in red has said, my wife knows that Maseratis are junk in one message, and in another response where he said, show your girlfriend the chat because I'll steal her from you, he said, I don't have a girlfriend, I have a wife, and she's laughing at you. At no point has he actually repeated himself. He's just said, she knows Maseratis are junk, I'm married to her, and she's not interested in you. The guy in blue has 3 times said, show me to your girlfriend, I will pick her up. So who's the one repeating themselves like a broken record here? When I see comments like this, do these guys genuinely think, are they genuinely that deluded that they think that women are reading this Facebook comment and going, oh my god, he's so attractive, and the way that he talks in Facebook comments about his Maserati, have my children now. No one is doing that. Not a single soul. It wasn't very long until people started to be misogynistic about Riz in the debate, huh? Broski, if you want to win, just draw Bakugo Riz already. Better yet, do one of those instant lost 2 coma things. They love that shit. If you want to win, just draw Bakugo. Huh. No, I'm good. I'm alright, thanks. No, that's it. that's where I'm going to end the video. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. If you would like to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click on that join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. But a huge, massive special thank you to all of the wonderful YouTube members and patrons that do support me. All of your names are up on screen right now. It genuinely means so much, and it genuinely helps so much. So thank you to everybody that does. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. Please do consider hyping the channel or hyping the videos, as it really helps support it really helps spread my videos a little bit. So please do consider doing that. And yeah, other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.